Hi everyone. Now I'm in Brussels, and we see the same thing here. Oh, look, there are people. They are having cozy times on the street, as if it is so very lovely to have a mattress on the street and a blanket. And this is some kind of street vacations. They are playing and say it's like yeah, they're just enjoying the streets of the city, which is a lovely city. I mean, I adore Brussels. It is one of the most open-hearted and great cities ever in the world. You can find a lot of cultures mixed here, and it's just really cool and creative and everything perfect. But I mean, the street people, I mean, they're not like enjoying their holidays on the street, but they're just like forced to stay in the street, and this is the entire family, including children. And this is obviously a disaster. We are in the middle of Europe, and we are literally in the middle of a very, very important city, because we're having the European Parliament in Brussels, and Brussels is really something very, very important. So people should actually not be sleeping here on the street. And actually, somebody is probably getting here, like the very unfriendly police, like police in the entire world is quite unfriendly, and they're probably like removing them and forcing them to go somewhere else. But as a matter of fact, we're all human beings, and we're traveling, and we're traveling because there are some places that are more comfortable and they are more kind of inviting us, and the other places of this planet are less perfect to stay alive there. So Brussels is probably one of the places which is somehow more inviting people to to stay in the city, even if you're somehow lying in the street on your own mattress. So it means that Brussels is somehow this charming city which is attracting people on mattresses. So how about they're not on their mattresses, and it sounds a little bit like The Godfather, going to mattresses. But how about they are somehow, even if they are somehow having zero rights to stay here, it doesn't matter. How about the city is also having maybe one or two or three big houses, just big as this one behind me, and while there are some apartments for these people, and it is possible for these people to stay in this apartment, and this is some kind of just world help for whatsoever refugees and families on the street, etc. So this is somehow called kind of humanity, because as a matter of fact we're all human beings, and it doesn't have to involve some cruel police. Maybe there are some social workers which are happy to help, and which are somehow psychologists, and they are helping with the zero tears involved, and somehow very lovely, and picking these people up and bringing them in certain homes where they are having access to psychological help or to some social help or whatever it's called like. So it is somehow more human-like in this cold world, and I'd be very happy if the politicians of the world are actually listening up to me, because it cannot be that the entire city of the world and every house of the world is filled with people and families, and there are zero chances to get some freaking like 2 square meter apartments or 50 square meter apartment. It is impossible. There are so many huge houses, they're empty, and there are a lot of private houses, they're empty. It is absolutely possible that every big city or every city is having some spaces which are free, and some spaces are able to be open for people like that, so these poor souls are not ending up on the street as a family, but having some kind of decency and some kind of decent living. I mean, obviously maybe there are some refugees and they're having zero rights to stay here and here or whatsoever, but we just have to accept the fact that they are tough enough to get here from their own country, which is probably some kind of Moldova or whatsoever, Romania, blah blah blah. So they are somehow having more character, more will to survive and willpower and kind of more balls, like the Americans are saying, to get here and to survive here somehow. So they should be actually kind of be prized as achievers of something which is really very tough and not very easy. So I think really I'm explaining quite clearly that I'm absolutely sure in these places like Brussels or Paris or London, there are always big houses where always still space for some people, not to be staying at the street, but to get some kind of apartment and some kind of decency. And I would say the country of Belgium, or the entire country of Europe, would not get totally poor because there are some 200 people which are to be put into, yeah, into houses and to be given an apartment for free. So end of story. Goodbye.